Any questions anyone is having on related to that, or you understood why cloud is so important, or what is exactly cloud at a very high level?
Actually, I was not able to join yesterday, so today is my first day. So
Okay.
I just want to know what was discussed yesterday as well, if
Okay,
it is
maybe I
possible.
will ask the training institute to share you the recording session for yesterday so that you can go through that. And if you have any question, we can discuss in the tomorrow class. Because
Okay,
the people who joined yesterday will be bored if I will again repeat the same thing today again.
okay.
Okay. So by the way, you if you are new, can you please let us know what is your current level of experience in terms of in any IT project or in cloud side?
Actually, I have around 7 years experience in data analyst, and I
Mm-hmm.
am currently working on a CK Birla healthcare project. The
Okay.
related tools using like Power BI and SQL as
Mm-hmm.
well. That's all.
So do you have any prior experience of cloud?
Yes, Power BI
No, no, cloud I'm
service.
asking. Cloud is not Power BI. Power BI is a reporting tool, right?
But only I am using a Power BI tools like create a dashboard as well.
Okay, okay, no problem.
So and share with the manager reports. So a lots of report are over there. As I
Okay,
can.
okay, understood. Yeah. So let me share my screen quickly. Just a second. Let me know if you all can able to see my screen. So as we discussed yesterday, we are going to cover two major topic in this whole course, which will be completed in 40 to 45 days. And yesterday we understood about what is cloud, why suddenly cloud is so important, and all how cloud is basically helping, right? By through this car rental example, we try to understood. We'll go into little depth in that. But again, coming back to the course content, here you will know, you will understand Azure administrator related courses are the topics or the services, right? And then the second part we will cover Azure DevOps. So people who does not know what is DevOps and all those things, we will cover it in the next demo class probably. And the course content also we were discussing yesterday. So these are some of the topic related to Azure DevOps. And but before that, we will discuss about cloud technology overview, then what is Azure, and some of the important subject or the services which is provided by cloud, right? Okay. Then we were going to discuss about the networking, Azure networking security group. Then we will discuss also virtual machine skill set. Then DNS, application gateway, load balancer. hmm, then Azure Storage, Azure SQL Database, Azure Active Directory, Backup and Disaster Recovery Services, Azure App Services, Management and Automation. So these are the important topics which we are going to cover part of this course, right? So the big question is again, why all these things we need to know? As we discussed yesterday, just like if you need suppose some multiple car, multiple vehicle for a family trip, right, where you have more relatives and friends and relatives are there, then what you are doing? Are we going to buy multiple car or vehicle for a for a family trip like that? Answer is no, because it is not at all beneficial. It is not at all land. So for that reason, what we are doing normally, we are sorry normally what we are doing, we are going for some of the car rental options, right? So in car rental like Ola, Uber or Elo Cab or whatever options we have in the market, we are choosing the best car options. We are bringing the car from them, or car or four-wheeler, seven-seater, four-seater, whatever is your based on your need. You are using them, and you are going for your trip, enjoying the trip, and then after the trip you are releasing them, right? And what you are paying there, you are just paying the rental amount for the duration you have used. So suppose you took for 2 days 3 night something like that, then you are paying only for that duration, right? You are not at all worried who is buying those vehicle, where those vehicle are placed, with who is paying their driver salary, who is cleaning them, who is renewing their insurances, who is renewing their maintenance, who is doing the maintenance. All those things are not at all your concern. You are only using the services, right? Similarly, just like our Ola, Uber, Meru Cab, Hello Cab, now we have cloud providers available in the market, right? So what these cloud providers are doing, so they are also providing all sort of infrastructure, platform, software from their side. They are big players, right? We cannot even imagine the amount of investment they are doing to do all this setup. One data center, if you'll visit any Microsoft data center, Azure data center, or AWS data center, it is spread across acres of land. It has their own power supply capability. They don't depend on the, the government power supply lines. They have their own dedicated power supply line. Even some of the data center, if you'll see, you will find they have their own reactor or own generator to generate power. The reason being, they cannot afford any single second power interruption, right? Whenever we are taking this HT line or LT line for our domestic purpose from the government, we are also see many times due to maintenance or due to some natural calamity, suppose some rain, it is heavily raining, or some sort natural issue is there, or some some tree fall down on the wire, and we are seeing some power interruption, right? But when it is coming to the data center, they cannot afford a single second of power on power interruption. That is why they have made their setup in such a way it will. Second thing is, as they are generating their own power, also they have their own cooling system, because the data center where we are putting all these servers, all these infrastructure. Now you can see this is a picture of a data center. So the data centers, inside data center you will find this kind of shelves. In this shelf, all the server, all other hardware structures, infrastructures will be kept, right? So now the thing is, whenever we are talking about any business at current scenario, right? It is nothing but you have to have a internet portal. You need to have a internet website, right? Without website, no business will grow, right? Whether it is a small startup or whether it is a multinational big giant, but they all are dependent on digitalization. When I'm saying digitalization, what does that mean? Internet dependency, right? So for that internet dependency, what they have to do, how that will be happen? That means majorly what happens here is, broadly you will see, we will have one web server, right, where the website will be stored, right? So web server where the website, or this is the front end. Then we will have a application server, right? Application server, or in the short I can write app server. And then we will have a database server, right? This is I'm telling with a very broader aspect. There are many other things, many n number of other things will be there, but broadly if you'll see, these things will be happen. So if you'll go to suppose any banking site like SBI site or ICICI site, what you will see, you'll see their website. What you will do www.icci.com, right? So you will hit basically your request here. Suppose you have an account or you want to create a new account, you will go there and you sign up yourself. So whenever you will send a request, what will happen? It will hit the request, the request will go to the application server. Application server is nothing but where all the codings are done by the developer. So like in IT, majority of the programmer and developers are there. What they do, based on the business requirement, they will do the coding, right? When they will do the coding, that means whenever suppose I wanted to see my statement, I wanted to see my statement of last 1 month. So what will I do? I have to give in the website here, I will give my start date, like from 1st November, end date is 30th November, right? And I am already in my own account, so no need to give any account detail. And then I will say enter or generate the statement. There will be on say. So when I will click that thing, those input will go to the application server, right? An application server, the code or the logic will understand the user wanted to see all the transaction he made between 1st November and 30th November, right? So where they will fetch this data? The data, as you all know, data will be stored in the database server, right? So they will fetch the query, run a query, SQL query, like for the bring all the transaction happened for this a particular account between 1st November and 30th November. And when the data will be fetched, right, it will go from application server and it will be displayed in the web server. So in my portal page, I will see all my transaction from either in ascending order or descending order. Then if I wanted to see that, I will see that. If I wanted, there will be options like you can save this in PDF format or Excel format. So that also I will do. I will generate it. That is how it works. So whenever you will see this thing, to have this thing earlier, every organization used to have you to procure one data center, the servers, the storage, the networking, everything they have to procure by themselves and maintain by themselves. That was a big challenging or a big headache for all the organizations, right? So that setup was called on-premises setup. That setup was called on-premises setup. Remember this thing. Second thing, second problem was now with cloud, what is happening? So what is the difference now? This is the setup before cloud. Now after cloud, what is happening? All your infrastructure like your web server or app server, database server, storage, networking, everything will be provided by the cloud provider. So these cloud provider, just like our Elo Cab, Meru Cab, or Sigma Cab, or whatever cab are there, they are having all the hardware, software, and networking related infrastructure component by with them. They have huge data centers are there where they will keep them, they will maintain them, they will ensure the security is ready, they will ensure there is no power interruption is there, they will ensure the right cooling system is there, they will ensure the right high bandwidth network system is also there. So what you have to do? You simply, the as an organization, suppose you are organization, you are from a company called ABC, you will just appoint a cloud provider and you will connect or you will take the rental of services of their server for web purpose, application purpose, database purpose, or whatever requirement you have, right? So, and you will start using those server. In return, what you have to do? You have to only pay there's a minimal or a rental amount based on your usage. Suppose if you are taking 10 server for 3 days, then you have to only pay their rental amount for those 3 days. You don't have to care about who is maintaining the server, who is buying the server, who is doing the security patch, and who is installing antivirus. No, nothing is your problem. So that is giving a lot of luxury, a lot of relief to the business team, to many business. That is why many organizations are. The second benefit, okay, this is the first benefit of cloud. Now let's discuss about the second benefit of cloud. What is the second benefit here? Second benefit is no maintenance headache, right? Now the or main or primary organizations are not at all required to hire multiple maintenance engineer, system engineer, those are not required. So that is another benefit. Third is security. As you know, in current market days, current scenario or current days, security is a big thing because everywhere hackers are there who will always try, will always try to hack your business. And whenever saying hack your business means they will try to extract your data. And if it is a critical business like a banking or a telecom, any other critical business scenario, then the things will be more dangerous, right? So for that reason, The company who are managing their business in the on-premises mode, they have to put a lot of money to put multiple security measures. But if you are taking the help of cloud provider, if you are taking all those setup from the cloud provider, then the security is again taken care by the cloud provider. They will ensure there is no hacking is done. They will ensure and strong antivirus protection is there. All those things will be they will take care. The next point, the next benefit here is, what is the next benefit? It is very important. As I was telling you, right? Suddenly, in your family, one get together is planned. Some 10 members came. So for them, you have arranged three cars, right? Three car, the 10 man member also will go. Suddenly, 2 hours before that, just to surprise you, another seven member, another seven friend who were telling we were doubtful whether we can come this time or not. Suddenly, they also appear. They tell we will also come, we are also coming and we will also joining. That time what you will do? Already for the 10 people you are in three car, now another seven people came. What you will do on that case? That scenario, your approach will be you will immediately connect to multiple cab option, right? And you will say like, okay, whoever is having a cab, please give us. We are on ad hoc basis. We need a additional cab because some more guests we are expecting now. But in the case of a business scenario, that is not that easy before cloud era. Hi, why? As I told you, there are servers. They were managing all these server, web server, app server, database, storage, networking, everything by themselves, right? And as you know, these appliances are very costly, very costly. One servers are of 5 lakh, 10 lakh like that. If it is a very high configured server, and suppose you are having three server in your company, it is a small startup company, right? Small startup company, and they have three server, and accordingly all the other setups are there. And suddenly, and these three server has its own limitation. That means if uh, 30 to 40 requests will come per hour, it can easily handle it, right? One day what happened? There is a sale going on, right? Because of a sales, suddenly your number of request increase from 30-40 to 300 to 350. Do you understand the difference? Now it is more than 10 times the requests are coming. Like you must have seen, right? In Amazon, regularly Amazon will have certain number of sales order. But whenever they will do this big billion days or Amazon Independence Day sale or whatever, I don't remember exactly the terminology. Whenever those kind of things will happen, then definitely everyone the number of sales will increase by multiple times. So if you will not do any changes to your existing setup, then it is very difficult for you or for the organization to handle this huge number of or the increased number of requests. Because now if you'll see with these three server, 30-40 requests were expected. Now when it increases to 300 to 350, what will happen? The server won't handle the number of requests, and if it does not handle means what will happen? The server will be either slow or crashed. If it will crash, nobody will be able to raise any request. So to avoid this problem, what you have to do? You have to buy another seven server, right? But you have not planned for this seven server earlier. So do you think tomorrow is the or today is the first day of the sale of maybe 3-4 days the sale will go on, and suddenly you see like the requests are more, but your existing infrastructure is not able to handle that? So what will you do? What the business will do? They can't do anything because buying server is not just like buying some grocery item or buying some apparel clothes, right? That require a big process. You have to raise a procurement order. The order, it will go to the server team. They will also order it from, maybe they are bringing it from US or China or where, whatever place. And then after the server will come, it will take some time to dispatch to your data center. And once it will reach to the data center, it will take some time to install all the required application, because the server will be empty, right? You have to install the operating system, you have to install the other required applications. And then after installing all the application and all those things, what will happen? Your servers will be need to be connected to the network, and then it will work. And that is a minimum of 15 to 20 days of work. That is the minimum I'm saying. And now your sale is going to continue only for 5 days. So what will you do? You can't do anything. But now if you'll see, come to the cloud era, that is the next option is, in cloud, there is an option called scalability. Remember this word, scalability. This is one feature of cloud. Scalability means what? You have 3 servers, right? And as you know, Azure is having lakhs and lakhs of server in their data center, right? So if suppose, right? So if suppose your request or your transaction demand is increasing, what will happen? They will, Azure will put a condition, right? Azure will put a load balancer condition. If your number of requests is 30 to 40, no change. If it increases to 50 to 60, one new server we are going to add to your network. That is how the agreement will happen between your organization and Azure, right? So as Azure will automatically add new servers as and when your number of requests are increasing. The result will be the end user will never feel any sense of latency or slowness when they are placing the order, right? Now 30 people are ordering, the same response. Now 60, same response. Now 90 people came and put their order, same response. It is not completely normal, without any delay of any fraction, without any delay of any second, fraction of second, the infrastructure will keep on increasing. Okay. And and after, so this is a very big relief for any organization. You just imagine, suddenly everybody is doing the business just to earn money, just to get more and more business. And think about a situation, you are doing a business, people are interested to buy your product, but you are not able to provide the product because your server is slow. It's an online business, so they have to place order through your internet, and your website is slow because it has its own limitation. It can only handle 30 requests per hour, and 60 people are placing order. That is a very disappointment for any business, right? But with cloud service, if you are taking with the scalability option, whatever number of requests come, as this cloud provider, or in our case it is Azure, will keep on adding the new server, additional server, as much as possible. You need another 7 server, they will give you 7 server. You need another 10 server, they will give you another 10 server or 12 server. Whatever you want, they will keep on adding you to your network, so that your business will run uninterruptedly. Now, the big question is, okay, we planned for 3 server from Azure. Now we take temporarily during the season, during the sale season, another 7 or 8 server based on our need. What will happen when the sale season is over? Because normally the sale seasons are 3 to 4 days or maybe 5 days or something like that. Once that period is over, what will happen? How we are going to deal with it? Are we going to pay for those additional server also? So the question is, if it is an on-premises setup, and if you have buy all those 7, 8 server from your pocket, or means from your business account, then you don't have any choice. But if you are going through Azure or any cloud provider, and they have added those server, so they will be automatically again released from your network. How? I will show you also whenever we will read about load balancer how it works. So as I told you, the load balancer, right, will be option. So what this load balancer will do, it will balance out the load, right? So when 30 request is coming and you have three server, right? Server 1, server 2 and server 3, it will balance the load by sending 10, 10, 10 requests to each of them, right? So when the number of requests is 60, it will give 20, 20, 20. But when it is giving 20, 20 requests, the servers will continuously become slow. So to avoid that, Azure will add another 6 server, another 3 server to make the whole count as 6. So that again, all requests will be 10, 10 and 10, right? So now this is the scale up condition. Now in scale down, what will happen? Suppose after the sale season is over, instead of having 300 plus requests, again it reduces to 250 or 200 and all slowly the number of requests are comes down. So in that situation, what will happen? Load balancer will again judge now the number of requests per servers are less than 10. Right? That was the condition we have set up. So when it is less than 10, so the additional servers will be disconnected from our network. So one by one they will be disconnected. So that way what will happen? Again, the number of servers reduced back to 3, which was our original number. So in that way, now the question is how we are going to do the payment, right? Because that is one option. Okay, we take the three servers to the three additional server. Now we release the three additional server. So what will be how we are going to pay? So Azure is mentioning it very clearly. You have to pay to Azure for any services or for any resources only for the duration you have used, right? That is called a terminology as pay as you go mode. That is called pay as you go. So remember this terminology again. These are the typical terminology which you will hear when you are into cloud business. Pay as you go means if you are using my product for certain period, then you have to pay for that, right? If you are not using, you are releasing it, you don't have to pay anything, right? It is very simple. It is just like you're staying in a hotel. If you are staying for 2 days, then you have to pay for 2 days, not for the whole month, right? But if you are staying in a particular house on a rental basis, right, and you stayed additional 1 week after the month, then most of the cases the house owner will charge you all the 1 month of rent amount that you must have seen. But in this case, what will happen? It is only you have to pay for the duration you are using the product. So that way, as you can see, the scalability is a very, very powerful option, lot of benefit to all the businesses. Okay. The next point, the next benefit if you will see with cloud is what is the next benefit? Global, global visibility. When I'm saying global visibility means what? Global visibility means suppose if you have a business, right? You are doing a business, your business is growing. Earlier, your business was limited only to India customer. Now, you wanted to expand your business to maybe Australia and some part of Europe and US, right? So in that case, what will happen? You don't have any presence in those countries. So whenever you are going to, whenever these customer from Australia, Europe or US will try to access your website, which is there in India, it will be slow in nature because of the physical distance between India and Australia or Europe or US. So what is the solution? The solution is you should also put a web server in these countries where your customers are located, right? But again, the same challenge will again come into your problem, come into your notice. Setting up a server, setting up a data center, setting up all the infrastructure is a very huge task. It's a very tedious and huge task. So what should you do now? What should we do? Now, if you are doing through on-premises, means without taking help of any cloud provider, then you have to arrange all those things by yourself, which is definitely a big challenge and which is definitely a big problem for any business because you don't have your presence in those countries. So hiring some engineer there, taking a data center on rent, buying those server, all will be very costly and unreachable affair for any new business. But if you are going with the cloud, if we are going with the cloud option, then the things will be different. Why? In with cloud, if you'll see, as I told you, let me show you one picture here so that you will understand. Yeah, so you can see this picture. This picture is showing how the data centers are located for Microsoft Azure and AWS across the world. All the blue dots are the presence of Microsoft Azure and the orange dots are Amazon Web Services. So you can see they have their presence everywhere in every continent of the world, right? Only in Africa, they don't have much presence, but except that, everywhere they are present. As I told you in this example, now you can
Yeah,
see.
sorry, Ashutosh, like we are not able to see the screen. I'm not able to see the screen.
Oh, is it? None of you able to see my screen? Hello?
Yes, no, I am not able to see the screen.
Oh, then why you are not at all raising it so far? I have not realized yet. I'm thinking like you all are able to see my screen. Please let me know if you are facing any challenge in terms of screen sharing or this. Are you able to see now?
Yeah, now
Now
I
it
am
is.
able to see.
Yeah, now it is visible, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Please let me know if you are not facing, if you are facing any challenge in terms of viewing the screen or listening to me. If there any interruption, just let me know. Okay.
okay.
So this is what I was telling. This is, you can see the Azure regions or the AWS regions distributed across the whole world globe. So you can see these blue dots are Microsoft Azure data centers and the orange dots are AWS data center located across the whole world. So now, as we are telling about this example, suppose you have a business in India and you are planning to establish, you're expanding your business in Australia, Europe, or US. Without cloud, it is a very tedious task, very costly affair, not at all that easy to set up data center where you have no presence, your business is not present. But now with cloud, it is very easy. Why? Because now cloud, if you are suppose taking Azure subscription, then Azure has their data center there. So you can set up one server in Azure data center present in Australia. You can take one data center in Frankfurt or in some location in Europe, similarly in US. It is very easy and over the internet you can do it. I will show you how all those things happened whenever we will do discuss about creating virtual machines through Azure portal, right? So this is very easy task now. This is quite easy now to do that. So that is one another feature or of another benefit of cloud adoption. Okay. So this is if you wanted to expand your business to the global level, it is quite easy. So these are some of these benefits due to which every organization, many organizations are planning or expanding or adopting cloud in a very aggressive manner. Any questions anyone has so far, whatever we discussed today? Any questions? Are you all understood what we are discussing? And whenever this cloud provider are doing so much of expansion, so definitely they need lot of resources. And that is the reason why there is a huge requirement of cloud experienced associate in the current market. Okay. Before I proceed further, I just would like to know, I need all of your help here to fill up this form. I just now pinged a form in the chat window. You all can click the link. If you have already joined yesterday's session and fill up this form, then you can ignore it. Otherwise, who all are new or joined today only for the first time, then please click on the form and enter your details. Why it is important? If you'll see, we are asking you some of your basic detail. The reason being so that we can help you to connect with you, okay, and understand your requirement. If you need any sort of cloud Azure DevOps course related counseling or registration process for the regular class, our team will connect with you and discuss with you regarding the next step. That is why we need you. I'm just requesting you all to fill up this form and submit it so that our team will able to approach you for the next step. So now let's come back to our topic here. So this is how it work. So we see what is cloud. Now let's see. Okay, the last or the very important benefit of cloud is what? Earlier, whenever we are setting up any virtual server or any storage or any database, the engineer needs to go to the data center and they have to do every connection by physically. Now with cloud, the big challenge is, or the big benefit is rather, everything will be done via internet, right? Because why? Because you are not going to own any infrastructure. You are not going to own any server. You are just taking the server on a rental basis. So we will very soon we will go to the Azure portal. There you will see, using the Azure portal, you can connect to any Azure source resources and you can configure them based on your need only over the internet. So in the bottom line is, cloud, everything can be done over internet. No physical movement, no physical configuration, or nothing is required from your side. All physical setup or configuration will be taken care by the Azure team, not by us, right? So that is why. Now, can anyone tell me why, which cloud device services or cloud applications you are using on your day-to-day life after having all this discussion? Any idea from anyone? Please unmute yourself and share your thought. Nobody? Nobody is using any cloud devices or cloud application in your day-to-day life? Okay. So basically you all are using, but maybe you are not realizing. First thing is, you are watching YouTube, all of you, I am assuming. You may have a account in Facebook or Twitter. You must be having a Google, Gmail or some email ID account. What are those? Those are nothing but the cloud things. Now you may be started storing your photo or document in Google Drive. That is nothing but cloud services, right? So we all are using many cloud services in our day-to-day life without realizing. So let's go through all the benefit again before we close our session for today. So storing or accessing your data and program over the internet rather than your hard drive. Earlier, if you remember or if you have using, we were always writing the data in a CD drive or DVD drive. Then some pen drive came, right? Then some big hard drives came, 1 terabyte, 2 terabyte. But now those things are not at all required because we are storing everything over the internet, right? Through Google Drive. We take a subscription of Dropbox, OneDrive. These are the cloud storage devices in which we are storing our data. So the first benefit is, if you are going for cloud, implementation will be faster. Definitely. Because all setups are already made by the cloud provider. You just have to take the services and start using. So implementation is faster than a on-premises setup. Instant scalability. I hope I don't need to explain you these things. We already discussed. Scalability means what? If your requirement increases, the number of resources also increases within instantly without any delay. So now 30 requests coming, it increases to 300, no problem. Request increase by 10 times, so the number of resources also increase for 10 times. So instant this thing. Access anywhere. Next point is access anywhere. I hope you all already understood what do you mean by access anywhere. Because it is access through internet, so you go or you be there anywhere in the world. If you have a laptop or mobile phone, if you have an internet connection, you can access your resources. No need to come to the office or no need to come to the office network and come to your own PC and then only you can use it. No, those days are gone. Next, no upfront cost. Why you are saying upfront, no upfront cost means no initial cost. Because before cloud, whenever any business setup was there, they have to buy the product by from their pocket. So first, they were putting lot of money to purchase the server, to rent a data center, to do the setup. Then only the other business activity will be started. But in cloud, nothing is required. The cloud will say you take our subscription, no cost in that. Then you start using the resources. Then based on your usage, at the end of every month, we will charge you some amount based on your usage. So no upfront cost. Next point, maintenance. If you are having owning all the resources from your side, then maintenance will also be your problem, right? Just like if you have a car, cleaning the car, regularly taking it to the maintenance, regular servicing is your headache. But if you are hiring a car, you are renting a car from Meru Cabs or some cab team, Hello Cab or whatever cab, then maintenance is not your problem. Maintenance is their problem. Similarly, if you are using the resources from a cloud provider, maintenance will be free of cost. They will take care of the maintenance. You don't have to pay or you don't have to take the headache of any maintenance. Next point, better security. As I told you, when you are managing something, you have to hire one antivirus. If you are having your data center, then you have to put some security guard. All those data security will be your challenge. But if you are taking it from the cloud services, then that will be taken care by whom? That will be taken care by the cloud provider. So security is another area which you do not have to worry if you are going with the cloud provider. I hope you all understand what we have discussed today. So let's stop our class for today. Again tomorrow we will start with a new topic and we'll discuss what are the different type of cloud options we have, right? The different type of service model, different type of deployment model, whatever cloud is providing us, we discuss in that in the next class. So we'll connect with you again tomorrow at 8 o'clock. But before that, again, I would request all of you to fill that form if you have not done yet, so that our team can help you for the next steps. In the next steps, I think already the link is shared. Please go to the chat window, click it. Just it will ask you three information: your name, phone number, or email account ID. That's it. Anyone has any questions? Whatever we discussed today or yesterday? If yes,
Yes, yes, I just want to know the timing for the next class. For always, whatever we have to attend a class in the future.
so it will be mostly from Monday to Friday, 8 to 9.
8 to 9, because my shift time is 9 the
Mhm,
office.
mhm.
That's why I'm asking you.
So, are you comfortable with the timing or you want some other timing?
Actually, I want to other timing if you have.
Just discuss that with this training. So, you just add your name in that form. They will only call you. In that, you just discuss about this concern. And if more people will also have the similar, then maybe we'll change the timing.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Anyone has any other questions or query, comments? Okay. If nothing, thank you. Thank you, everyone. Have a nice weekend. We'll see you in the next class.
Thank you so much.